Salut mes amis, c'est Bonjour Brigitte ici. I hope you're doing well and having an amazing day. J'espère que vous passez une excellente journée. Oui, and so as you can see, I am here in Vancouver. Oui, it's a beautiful day. Il fait très beau et il ne fait pas trop chaud. Il ne fait pas trop chaud. It isn't too hot. Oui, and so mes amis, today's Facebook Live is going to be about how to incorporate French into your daily life. Oui, and this will help you pick it up even faster. Oui, and so first of all, shout out. Bonjour, Con, comment ça va? Oui, so first of all, shout out, merci beaucoup to my student Marilyn, who gifted me this beautiful shirt for my birthday in August, mon anniversaire en août. It says, ooh la la, it's a beautiful shirt, une chemise, and I love it. Je l'adore. And yes, I do promise that if you send me clothing items, I will absolutely wear them. Wait, I love everything. J'adore toutes les choses. Wait, and so mes amis, just a quick reminder, I do have 2 trips coming up. Morocco, November of this year. The last day to sign up is September 12th. If you do want to experience an amazing culture, incredible food, and speak French every day, you can definitely join my trip. I'm going to drop it below. It's Morocco, oui, and we're going to be heading from Marrakech, visiting some small towns, and then heading into the Sahara, glamping under the stars. And our tour guide is going to be the same as last year. I brought 20 students to Morocco last year. Madame Mouna, it was wonderful. C'était incroyable. Wait, and so that sounds like up your alley. Check out the link below. I'm going to put it in the chat. Oui. And then of course, numéro 2, my second trip is going to be the south of France for May 2026. Oui, May, oui, 2026. Oui. And that's going to be the exact same trip we did this past April. We had a blast. It was so beautiful. We visited Nice, Aix-en-Provence, and I can say honestly, it was just so beautiful down there in the French Riviera. The water was so crystal clear, the food was amazing, and the people were just lovely. And so if you want to visit a French-speaking country with me right by your side, you can also sign up for that one. For these trips, for Morocco, you'd have to pay in full, but for the south of France, only a 25% deposit is needed to hold your spot, and then the remaining 75% would be due 90 days before travel. Oui, and so mes amis, let's dive into the tips. I'm so excited to share them with you. So the first tip is going to be to try to listen to French radio. Oui. So when you're driving in your car, I know in Canada we have CBC Radio Canada, so CBC Radio Canada, and there is a French radio station from Montreal, where you can listen to the radio in French. So this is going to be really beneficial when you're driving or anything like that. Bonjour Lorena, comment ça va? Oui Lorena, it's nice to have you. Comment how you're doing below. Oui. And so I know in the US there are some radio stations like Sirius XFM. So I'm not too sure if there's French radio stations there, but hopefully there are. J'espère que oui. And then while you're driving along, you can be listening to that, and that way you can incorporate more French. And you know, you might not understand all of it, you probably won't in fact, but try to pull out certain words that you do know. And then hopefully, you know, as time goes on, you'll start to pull out more and more words, and this will help you get the gist of the conversation, and you'll be so happy because as your French improves, you'll be able to understand more and more. Okay. The second thing, of course, is to try to watch French TV, la télévision française. So on Netflix, there's a bunch of amazing French shows. If you want, we can meet one-on-one and I can share them with you, as well as some additional tips for learning. Just comment French below and I'll reach out. Oui. There's a lot of wonderful French shows on Netflix, and also if you have cable TV, you can often find, you know, international news channels. Like the news in France is wonderful to watch because obviously it's very up to date and it's super interesting. C'est très intéressant. Oui. So that would be my second tip. And so I know today in the era of streaming, there are so many different platforms, Hulu, Disney Plus, this and that, Netflix. Amongst all those, just look for something in French. And if you don't want to sit and watch it, what you could do is play it in the background while you're cooking or cleaning, and this can help increase your exposure to the French language even more. Wait. And then the third thing, la troisième chose, oops, let me just see here. La troisième chose, this is going to be super interesting. this is going to be to change your phone settings and your social media settings to French, to français. So this can usually be done in the settings tab under languages. And the great thing about that is that since you probably have a good grasp on how to navigate your phone, how to use it, etc., the nice thing about that is that when you put it in French, you should still be able to do those same things because you kind of know where the home button's located, where's the help button, where's profile, etc. But this time the words are going to be in French. So the great thing is that you already know it in English. So once you put it into French, you should be able to get around easily and learn the vocabulary in French. Oui, and so common one I totally recommend. Bonjour Geraldo, comment ça va? Oui, so one I definitely recommend is Facebook. You can put your Facebook into French. You can put your Instagram into French. You can also put your whole phone into French under settings and language. Okay, and that's a great way to increase your exposure to the language on an everyday basis, because that's what we focus on here in the Bonjour Brigitte learning system, is how to, speak daily, everyday conversational French. And so these are some really practical tips that you can use to do that. Oui, and so mes amis, I will recap. And so the 3 tips, number 1, numéro 1, try to listen to French radio. Oui, la radio française. In Canada, it would be CBC Canada. In the US, les États-Unis, it would probably be something like Sirius XFM or something different. Just Google it. I think it would depend on your state. Oui. And then, look at this beautiful painting. Je l'adore, oui. The second tip, of course, is going to be to watch French TV. La télévision française. So whether that's Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, try to find something in French en français. If you want to watch it, subtitles are amazing. Les sous-titres sont incroyables. Oui, so you can go ahead and do that. If you just want to play it in the background, that's also good because you can increase your exposure to French while doing menial tasks like cooking, cleaning, etc. Oui, and then of course the third tip, la troisième, would be to change your settings on your phone, social media, les réseaux sociaux, to French. That way you can learn what is the word for settings in French, profile, group, chat, etc. And that'll help you really to speak, to gain a good grasp of everyday vocabulary in French, en français. So that way you can be confident and you can learn something new every single day. Oui, and since you already use your phone, obviously in English, it should be easy for you to find these buttons when they're in French. Oui, and so mes amis, if you want more tips like this, like I said, at the Bonjour Brigitte learning system, we are always trying to help you learn basic, everyday conversational French. So if you want even more tips and a free lesson, comment French below and I will personally reach out to get you on my calendar doing that. If you're already a student, I hope these tips were helpful and we love, love, love having you. And then just remember that the 2 trips, we have Maroc and the south of France. Oui, and I'll drop those in the chat below. So basically, I'll let you go, but please let me know if you have any questions. Merci, merci beaucoup, and I will see you soon. À très bientôt. Same time next week, maybe a different place. So, merci beaucoup tout le monde. À bientôt.